Work to have a good marriage, and work means action.
Good marriages are about what people actually do in their marriage, not about what you get.
So in today's Relationship Reboot, we're finding out why marriage isn't something you have, it's something you do.
I love this. Our relationship guru, Dr. Kirsten Lynn Seal, joins us now. And Kirsten, you're a couples therapist.
Yes.
And you try and help people understand kind of what marriage means and talk us through kind of this action with marriage.
Right. So one of the things that I see a lot, that I think happens a lot, is that people sort of reach a state of, it's as if marriage is a state of being. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're alive, we're married, and then suddenly what happens is we're not married. And so that's the piece where I think it's really important to pay attention to the fact that marriage, it's like almost every day you wake up and think, what can I do? What can I do to help my marriage? What can I do to strengthen my marriage? How do I be a better married person is one of the ways I like to think about this.
It's a little like gardening, right? I mean, you need to do a little watering, you need to do some planting, you need to do some pruning.
That's exactly right. You know, it's funny because I was actually thinking of this plant metaphor on my way here today, so nice work.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You don't want me to be your couples therapist, though, I'll tell you that. Nobody wants that.
Well, oddly, I'm a really bad gardener, so
perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, it all works out okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you have 4 things that people should be prepared to do. And the first one has nothing to do with the other person. It's about learning about yourself.
Exactly. So one of the really important things about being in a marriage is that you need to understand that you are really responsible for everything you bring to the marriage. That may sound like, kind of like, duh, well, we knew that, but a lot of people don't really act like that. They spend a lot of time thinking about how much better things would be if only you would say this or if only you would do that, if you would remember this, if you wouldn't forget that.
Sure. Very good. So, next, you have learn about your spouse.
Learn about your spouse, right? So, I mean, what kind of person are they? And sort of on a deeper level, like, do they prefer to go to parties? Are they always late? Are they, like, what kinds of things, what characteristics do they have that might be bumping up against some characteristics that you have, which leads us to the third piece, right, which is about learning about the dynamics of the relationship. And so
important, those dynamics, right?
It's really important.
Explain what you mean.
Yeah, so the thing is they can shift too, right? So the difference between, like, I'll give you an example from my own marriage, right? So the way I think of cleaning a kitchen counter is really different than the way my husband thinks of cleaning a kitchen counter, right? And so what I can do, so if there's, you know, everything's wiped, but like the butter is left over here with the top off or something, I come in, I immediately see the butter. I think to myself, I'm seeing the butter, why doesn't he see the butter? The thing is, he may not see the butter. He may have had something else on his mind. He may just not be, those sort of details may not occur to him. He may be thinking about something else. So either I can get really mad at him each time I see the butter out, or I can just say to myself, you know what, I'll just put the butter away.
Put it away.
And it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. Or I could also say, honey, could you put away the butter? Do you know, I mean, I can just...
And that's okay, too.
Well, exactly. Because the problem comes, and this is where the expectations comes in, right? So then the fourth piece is adjust your expectations.
Which is so important.
Which is so important. If I'm expecting that he's going to look at the world the way I do, right, then I'm doomed to failure. I mean, I'm going to be mad at him all the time. And this is one of the things that I work on when I work with couples, is this idea that there's a certain amount of change that you expect in a marriage that's not bad to expect as people grow older, as you grow more connected, right? You can expect your spouse to change, and you can also expect yourself to change. And then there's a piece around acceptance. And the acceptance is where the expectations piece comes in, to make sure that your expectations aren't so high that you're disappointed and angry all the time, because that doesn't lead to connection at all.
And this surprised me. You said one of the major reasons that marriages fail is because of people's expectations. What do you mean by that?
Well, so people, you know, it's interesting because, you know, several hundred years ago, marriage was really a pretty purely economic agreement, right? People got married. It was sort of, and it is considered a building block of society, right? People get married, then they have families, then those families go out, and this is how we create a community, which creates a society. And so, but over the last 50 years particularly, we're looking at a lot more, like, there's romantic love. We want to be in love. We want to have a great sex life all the time. We want to have kids that we're proud of. We want to have interesting conversations. We want to find emotional support. So there's all these expectations that we bring into the marriage. The thing is, many of them might be able to be met. And a large part of that is what we are creating too, right? So if what we want is to have a really emotionally intimate connection with our spouse, we need to make sure we're doing the work to do that, which is what brings us back to the work piece.
The work, indeed.
I like it.
Kirsten, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're ready to get to work.
You are. I'm not married. I don't have anything to worry about.
Regular relationships, do they require that much work?
Who knows?
No, hard to say.
The NFL honors our nation's